Okay, hey everybody. This is Grace, and yes, I'm back sitting in my car again. My SUV, I should say. And it is because, like, right now it's 10:24 a.m., of course. My SUV says it's 70 degrees, but in the house it was, last night it was in the 40s. It's supposed to get up to almost 80 today. And that's the kind of year that we're in, February 28th, 2025. That's what kind of time we're in here in Texas, north of Dallas, a suburb north of Dallas. Big city all to itself. But it's just a ridiculous time of the year when in the middle of the night it'll finally start getting colder, and then it's cold most of the morning until about 10 o'clock. Usually, somewhere around there. And it makes it so difficult. Like if you're going to work early in the morning or something and you think, oh, I better dress, if you're not one to check the weather, then you get to work and you're hot. You dress warm to go out there, and then you get to work, it's hot. But it was just bothering me today really bad. I haven't had it this bad. I've never had it like this until this year. I mean, my goodness. Ever since that crazy woman, his niece, dabbed, according to her, that perfume on her as her parting gift to me when she left the country. Never going to return. Not to this country, I hope. But ever since she did that, and I couldn't breathe, had to come outside, and it was really hard on me. It was nighttime. I'm sitting out in my SUV, and Adam's coming out going, what's going on, You okay, But yeah, I couldn't breathe. Because like I said in other videos, I am not going to downplay it. She tried to kill me 3 times with perfume, knowing that I have allergies. Really severe perfume allergies. 3 times in 2.5 years. Yeah. That woman needed to be in a I was actually told, I should put her in a mental institution, is the way it was. I wanted her out of this country forever. So, I prefer that one. Yeah, never have to deal with her again. But anyway, I keep making videos and I mention this because it's so hard on me now. I'm doing physical therapy, and I tell my physical therapist, she's tested my, the breathing and the oxygen saturation, or whatever it's called, that other thing. And she says it's fine. I see it's fine. But I don't know what this is, why this is like this. Walking sometimes. But in the inside the house, especially inside the house, especially 2 rooms, the kitchen and the living room. When I pass through those 2 rooms, but it could just be that it's the time that it took me to get to those 2 rooms. It's just bad. I have a shortness of breath. Really bad, and I have to stop. But I also do that when I go to physical therapy. I have to stop, slow down, But it's just not as bad. It's just not. It is in this house. And it's not like I could go to a hotel. I finally had to really think about that. Try to go to a hotel or something. But they shampoo their carpets and they wash their lawn, the blankets and sheets and everything with fragrance. And I have to have mine fragrance free. So what good would that do? Just go from the frying pan into the fire. Yeah, that's what it would be. Okay, and Adam's outside right now, which I'm outside right now. He's out in the backyard working on our fence. He says that he's an American Pit Bull Terrier. The dogs that get a bad reputation. Well, if he keeps doing stuff like this, maybe he's going to get one with me. But he says that Adam says that the dog gets out there and tears at the fence. He's got those massive, teeth and jaw and all. He says he just takes it and tears off the boards, off the fence, and so Adam's back there fixing them. Apparently he's done it more than once. But the dog is a sweet, sweet dog, but he's like that. He can drive a person crazy. And he's just a sweetheart, but crazy. Yeah, drives people crazy. So, and I keep telling Adam was telling me that there was some kind of thing. It's they're kind of like, what would you call them? Barricades, maybe? Something like that. And they're about, I don't know how tall, but you can put them outside and the dogs can't get past them. Adam tried to build something like that, and he built it like 6 or 8 feet tall. The dog, that dog got across it. Yeah, he's like a deer. Yeah, he got over it, and then he continued to, and he tore it down, and the dog did. Yeah. So, but then Adam said there's some that they sell, which are plastic. He hasn't gotten them yet. But it would be good if you could, if you could do something like that. Put them up against the fence so the dog can't. What is the dog going to do? Jump up 8 feet just to tear something off? But put them up against the fence. I mean, to me, that's the solution. Doesn't have to be in the middle of the yard. Just put them up against the fence so he can't tear them up. Yeah. It's a lot cheaper than getting a new fence. You know what I mean? Okay. I forget sometimes when I come out here, I gotta watch the neighbor who watches me. Seriously, I mean, I see it because it's in the side view mirror. I'll just look over to the side and I can see. But yeah, they're nosy people. Always have been. Always have been. Like they're supposed to know what everybody is doing and why they're doing it. And we used to have that weird woman that they luckily moved. She would sit out in her garage and watch everybody and make noises whenever anybody come outside their house. Well, at least that's how I saw it. She did what I did. But there was somebody next to her door, and I think they complained too about it. So, yeah, she'd make noises if somebody dared to come out in the front yard, in their own yard. So we've got a lot of control freaks in this world. Seriously. Control freaks. And they think they own the road, man. They own everything, and everybody better go by what they think. Well, no, thank you. Your standards don't meet up to mine. How about that? Really. I don't want any control freaks in my neighborhood. So you leave. They did. But I think everybody had a sigh of relief when they finally moved. So, okay, I saw something in my side view mirror, and it was 2 people, it kind of looked like a guy and his grandmother. He was probably in his early 20s or so. And we're walking down the sidewalk, going the other direction, of course, and walking past me. And they looked over, saw me, and they looked away. That's what you should do. Not sit there and stare. Like I'm going to try to sit there and figure out what you're doing and decide if I want you to do that or not. I'm telling you, I come so close to telling them off. I don't know. I don't know if I would or not. kind of changing a little bit in some of the things I do. But at the same time, you know, sometimes people need to be told. And it's none of your business. Really. You've seen me do this for years. Get a grip on yourself. Seriously. And start watching yourself. I'm going to start watching you. I've said that before. Anytime somebody is that suspicious of people, it might be that they need to be the one that's watched. Seriously. Anyway. I'm feeling better, of course, now that I'm come out here. But I don't know, today it's been bad. It's like this, I don't even know what to call it. Shortness of breath, yeah, when I walk. But just when I'm sitting there, it's like, I know that, you know, one of the things is it lacks humidity inside. The humidity level percentage is bad. Right now it says 29 in there. And I have one of those monitors, and it'll have a little, you know, a happy face or a sad face or whatever. And this, you know, when it's 30 or below, it'll show like really sad, really, you could say sad or mad, either way. But it's just, oh. And it is. And I looked it up, and I think 30 or 35 was when it's dangerous. Well, I can say that this feels dangerous. When I have such a hard time. I cannot describe it. It's really not a hard time breathing, yet it is. It's weird. It's just like it's just too constricted. And I looked it up again, you know, looked it deeper yesterday, day before, whenever it was. It said, yeah, that the lack of humidity can do something like that. You know, constriction, you know, constrict breathing, something like that. You can go online and search it yourself. I don't know if the one I read was of, you know, of any worth, or if it was just a lie, or just anybody puts anything up on the internet, you know. One of those kind of situations. But that's how I feel. It's just too, you know, like I said, I come outside, feel much better. And then I come in here and I ramble about it. But today's Friday. We were going to go out, and Adam was going to go with me today. We talked about this yesterday. You know, we'd go today. See how I do is going back to work. And I've been, this is the last day of February. And I was going to go back to work, what, on the beginning of February? I've been going to go back to work since right before Halloween. Yeah, really. That's when I had that hard time walking up the step. Well, you know, like I said, I'm in physical therapy now. It's something that's due to my rare health condition. I think they're just throwing everything under that right now. But this part is, I know that part of what she's, a physical therapist, is treating. But I've got more going on. Anyway, but the other day, it's actually evening, I went to got myself a benchmark. It's kind of literal. It is a bench. But I want to be able to walk from the parking lot to that, then back. And then use that as a, to see if I'm building up stamina with this breathing thing. I told her about it when she's saying we're going to check on that like next week. So we'll check deeper. So now I'm curious, okay? Because those people came back in my my side view mirror. You know, if something happens and moves over there, because Adam's in that direction, I'm going to look, and you know, some movement. And they came back. They went around the block, I guess. But they're taking pictures. I wonder if it just made me curious. I've never seen them before. So I don't know, but they're taking pictures like, and pointing at the houses and everything. Now that's curious. Seriously. Pointing at all the various houses and taking pictures. See, that would be something I think that like a HOA, not HOA, but the, what is it called? Neighborhood watch. That would be something to, be curious about. Not somebody who lives there sitting in their driveway in front of their own house in their SUV. It's none of your business. I mean, like I said so many times, first time, yeah, be a little curious. The next time, maybe still, but about 3 times over years, more than 3 times, you're just nosy. Seriously, I would be like, after one time, it's none of my business, If there's some kind of stress or something, yeah, I'd do the appropriate thing, whatever that would be. But just to be nosy, and believe me, those people are nosy. Trust me on that. And there's one guy here who thinks he's the whole neighborhood watch, and I've mentioned these before, and Adam said the same kind of thing has happened to him. He just recently, like the past few months, told me that the guy has done it to him too. But like you go, happened to me, 2 different places over, I don't know how much span of time, probably a year maybe or more. But the guy would show up in places where, like, I was parked far from the store. It was a grocery store, and I was parked far from it because I was finished wrapping up a video I was doing in my SUV. And I was wrapping it up, and he'd come and parked way out there, catty corner to me. I'm like, you're a freak, You just know when they're freaks. That guy's a freak. And his wife, I wouldn't say that she's actually a lawyer. I don't know if I would say she's much different, though. But anyway, another place he did it the same thing was where they're now building those senior living communities. And we were curious what it was going to be. It had been sitting there just open, no, I wouldn't say open field. It was built like, they were going to build businesses and such. It's been in there 20-something years, if not longer. And then they decided to put a senior living community there. But there was nothing there, but like I said, it looked like they were going to build stuff out there. And I went out there and I was sitting there, and the guy came out there, it's like, creep. Seriously. Go elsewhere. And what are you doing? Following me around? I mean, how else could that happen? And like I said, Adam said the same thing. God gives him the heebie-jeebies, But, and in a way, you look at the guy, you think nothing. It's just a guy, But when he does weird stuff like that, yeah, that's not good. Okay. Now I'm wondering what happened to Adam. He doesn't usually stay out there long. He's done this before, by the way. A while ago, he had just gone out there, and all of a sudden his SUV, the emergency, what do you call it? I don't know. It went off. His SUV went off. Such a racket. And then he turned it off, I guess. I guess that was him. And who else is going to be turning it off, right? And I don't know. I don't want to go over there, because anytime I go over there in that direction, I'll get these bites, bug bites. And I mean, they're awful. And I know I go in and just yell, "Are you out there?" "Yeah, I'm all right." It's the same thing every time. Whatever he's doing, he's doing. And I've done that thing of trying to find Adam before. I've told this story before too. Years ago, I don't know how many years ago, It was Adam. I couldn't find him. And finally I did. And he was on the roof. Seriously, on the roof. And he had gone up there to do something. And he panicked. He had a panic attack. And he didn't know how to get down because he was having a panic attack. So I'm standing there and I'm just livid as it is. Well, you know, my emotions don't get that high, but I said, I'm going to go and call the fire department to come get them to get you down. You know, my brain thinks logically, you know. He's having a panic attack. You know, on and on. Go call. No, don't you call them. No, I said, how are you going to get down? You know, and I mean, our ceilings are so many different vaulted this way, that way, this way. And it wasn't safe, but he refused. I think I walked off for a second and came back and he was on the ladder, so. Yeah, I think it was that I started walking to go get my phone to call the, you know, for them to come get him down from the roof. Like instead of a cat in a tree, it was a crazy man on his roof. What the heck? You know, hire people. You have the money to hire professionals. Whatever he was up there doing, hire a professional. You know? And he finally stopped doing crazy things himself and hired professionals who know what they're doing. Well, not really crazy things. I mean, there's like lawn service. If, you know, hire somebody. You know, it was so bad. I had tried it for a while. Like he had gone on a business trip, and before he left, we had a bunch of rains or something. And I think the business trip was like 10 days or 2 weeks, whatever it was. And it was a long time ago. And he was gone, you know, so he was in Florida. And I had to, you know, he said that he got a letter or email or something from the HOA that we had back then. And they said that he needed to mow the lawn. Well, I was the only person here, and the temperatures were in the hundreds during the day. Well, the bad thing was they were in the 90s and 80s and 90s at night, so there wasn't really any cool down time, you know, because I can wake up at any time and do whatever. And I was going to do it, but it was so unbelievably hot. You know, in the morning, bright early in the morning when the sun came out, it was still so hot. So I think I wound up calling somebody and had them come do it. Or maybe he did, but screw that. I don't think we've done, not too much after that. I think he bought a different kind of mower. It's battery operated or something. Tried it out for a while and that was it. So, that was all. You know, because there's just some things some people aren't made to do. And they're just not. So why put yourself through it when you have, you know, people who, this is what they do. This is how they make a living. You've got the money to pay them. Pay them. Let them do their job. That's like our chimney. We need a chimney sweep. We have. We don't use it. We don't use it. I don't know when it lasts, but I've heard, you know, some animals get up there and make nests and everything. You know. And we need it to be cleaned up because lately, since we had those historic Texas winter storms, yeah, that would be good. Because, you know, the grid here in Texas. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm going to see what's going on with him. Because that is a long time for him to be out there. He doesn't usually stay that long. So, okay, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, you figured it out too, right? As soon as I said that and I turned it off, I looked over and there he was. Coming in from the back. Yep, and I told him. And I had to laugh because it happens every time. But you know somebody for over 40 years, right? You can time things practically. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just out here talking. But like I said, I feel better outside. It's just amazing, isn't it? Get out of that house. I really do wonder what is going on, why it is. Why it's so much this house. Seriously. I still have, I've said, I have a little problem with other places, but I think it's this house. I think the origin is the house. And the air is always so thick. That's how it feels, thick. And the lack of humidity. The weirdness with the, well, now the weather as it is. It was like 1 week hot, 1 week cold. Now we're in that part where nights, like I said, nights are cold. After a certain time. And then it goes on all the way through the morning. Ugh, then it's hot. So, just on and on. Anyway, I'll wrap this up. Talk to y'all in another video. Bye.